What's up, guys? Sean here. Welcome to Blades and Fades. Today I want to talk to you guys about some budget options. The knives that I'm going to be talking about and showing you are the Qsp Penguin and the Civivi button lock Elementum. Now, both of these knives were sent to me from one of my buddies over at the Millie Club. He also sent me some other stuff to check out, and we will be getting to that stuff later. But yeah, I'm not much of a budget knife person these days, but I figured I'll give these knives a fair try, and I'm gonna get into my thoughts, feelings, opinions on them. If I, think they're a good value, do I recommend them? All that kind of stuff. So, we'll start off with this guy. Now, this knife, as you may know, can only be deployed or closed by the button. That's pretty much old news. But where this knife really shines is ergonomics, how it carries. It comes from the factory with a very nice deep carry pocket clip, which rides very well in the pocket. No issues there. It is pretty light, but not too light to where it feels weak or anything. Like it feels solid, but it's nice and light in the pocket, and you're still getting, let's see here, almost 3 inches of cutting edge. So for the size and weight of this thing, it's pretty capable. You have a really nice blade shape here, nice drop point, or kind of like a spear point, I suppose. The heavy stone wash is very nice. I like that a lot. That'll help hide scratches and wear. The jimping on the back of the spine is done very well. Feels good, not too sharp. The canvas micarta, or is this canvas? This might be linen micarta. Either way, these micarta scales feel pretty good. Not my favorite micarta that I felt, but they definitely don't feel cheap. I would say it's probably some good quality micarta from what I can tell. The ergonomics of this knife feels really good in the hand. I have just the right amount of room for a full grip, and my thumb feels, like natural, just placing it on the back of the spine there and ready to go to work. The blade steel on these is D2, which is going to give you some decent edge retention and toughness. Sharpening isn't really an issue. As long as you have if you have a guided system, there's nothing that no steel that you can't do. It just might take a little bit more time, but it's not the most corrosion resistant, but it also isn't extremely corrosive, so you don't really have to worry about rust too much on this, as long as you're not, leaving it outside in the rain for, weeks at a time, or, burying it on the beach somewhere. So, yeah. Let's get into value. Now, I'm gonna have to double check on the price, but when I bought my button lock, I believe it was around 50 or 60 bucks. They might have gone up or gone down since then, so don't quote me on that. But for that price, I don't think you're getting a bad deal, but I don't think it's necessarily great. This is on bearings. There's no blade play. It's rock solid. Very capable, carries well. I mean, would I buy it again? No. But would I buy another Civivi in the same price range with the same handle and blade profile? I think I would. That's actually something I'm considering, is looking into checking out some other Civivi Elementums. I think they make ones with flippers, they make ones with thumb studs, so maybe I'll try out one of those and see what I think. But as much as, you know, this button lock ordeal is fidgety, it also just isn't really my cup of tea. So yeah, that's my thoughts and feelings on this guy. So moving on to the Qsp Penguin. This one actually kind of surprised me. This one comes in at like $30, and don't quote me on these prices exactly, guys. I don't script this. I don't print out spec sheets and all that shit. I do all this off the fly, so it's all organic, and that's just what you get with me. So, this thing, very smooth action. Very, very smooth. Let's check, see if it's solid. All right, so we have a little bit of side to side, no up and down, very minor. Fit and finish on this is pretty nice. For $30, you can't beat it. You get in micarta that feels just about the same as Civivi's micarta, which feels good. You're getting a deep carry pocket clip, also very similar to the clip on the Civivi, as you can see. Very, very similar. Blade steel, you're getting the same. Now this blade is a, I guess kind of like a Warrenclyffe or a straight edge, something like that. And it has a really nice looking belt satin finish. It has a nice hollow grind, and you get a nice pointy tip right there. However, this does not do very good piercing as far as getting into packages, or you want to cut something open that's plastic. I found that this tip doesn't really bite into the material very easily, so maybe not my first preference in this specific blade design as far as the point, but that's minuscule. The lock bar access is very, very good. It's actually perfect. The thumb stud access is perfect. It gives you these big, wide thumb studs that stick out past the scale just enough for you to get your thumb on it just the right amount, and the blade flies open. You can of course, anytime you're recording, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. All right, so you can middle finger flick this. The ergonomics on this guy, you have less handle, so you get almost a full grip. I mean, I can get my pinky on there, but my pinky is riding right on this hump, which isn't the most comfortable. But if I'm, you know, doing something really light duty cutting, then I can just, you know, 3-finger it or not really squeeze my pinky in right there. And that is pretty comfortable just like that. The value on this, I think it's a tremendous value. $30 for a user beater knife that has, you know, pretty good action. Detent's a little bit soft, but it works well for this design. You don't need it any stronger per se. Like, the blade isn't gonna fall out or anything, but I would just prefer it a little bit stiffer. I mean, you're getting micarta, you're getting D2, you're getting good action, decent ergonomics. It's pretty lightweight, carries like a feather. Yeah, I mean, it's not really too much to not be happy about at that price point. So for 30 bucks, I would say if this appeals to you, go ahead and get one. You are not gonna be losing anything by, you know, spending $30 on this by any means. Nothing to lose, everything to gain. Sorry for getting fingerprints all over this, but yeah, I mean, this is a good looking knife too, in my opinion. A little bit different, which is good because, you know, you gotta have some variety in your collection. And this knife is just, makes a good little EDC user, medium duty work user. Let me see here. See if I can get that tip to dig in. Tip didn't dig in too bad right there. Alright, so maybe the tip just isn't super sharp to where it didn't, see? It kind of resisted right there. Now, on the other hand, take our Civivi here. You have a nice palm on there to where it just digs in real easy, which I like a lot, especially for an EDC knife. This knife, the blade geometry and everything, it just works really well. I mean, you could cut all day with this. This knife, out of the two, has much better ergonomics, much better blade shape for my you know, preferences and uses. I like everything about it better than the Qsp Penguin, other than the price. So yeah, that's my thoughts and opinions on these two. They're both great knives. Well, I don't know about great, but they are both very good, and I'd say they are both worth the money and very recommendable budget options. So, hope this was helpful to you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and stay tuned. I'll see you guys in the next one.